Welcome back. It's what passes for excitement in Washington, D.C. Political panel time. Adam Brandon, senior advisor at the Independence Center and co-founder of former Senator Joe Manchin. Remember him? New Independent Leadership Council. Tricia McLaughlin, Republican strategist, former DHS spokesperson under President Trump. All right. Max Miller, Republican of Ohio. You are both Ohioans.
Correct.
Yep.
So you were familiar with him, at least in general. Was just on.
This is my parents' congressman.
Okay, there you go. Another show, The Lead with Jake Tapper. Jake, mad respect. And he said this about how he's going to fight through these allegations like President Trump did before he was president when he was a candidate in 2016. Listen.
In 2016, when President Donald J. Trump faced the most extreme allegations in the world that hit him day after day after day, and people in the media, very much like yourself and others, said that he would have no shot at winning, that he should not be the president of the United States. But guess what? He stayed in and he was resilient. And what the American people can see is that they can see that somebody is fighting who is resilient, and that is a quality that the American people cherish.
So, the charges against President Trump were of a sexual misconduct or sexual harassment variety. I covered that campaign. They were extensive, and he fought through them, no question about it. He was never accused of harming a 2-year-old child or harming his ex-wife. Tricia.
Yeah, of course, he hasn't been tried in a court of law on this.
As he says,
guilty.
Nor state authorities put anything in the documents that say he's guilty of these things.
I know the Moreno as well. I know Max. What a heartbreaking situation for this child.
How do you assess this?
I mean, it's gotten clearly very ugly. I'm afraid that if he does stay in the race, it's going to get uglier. I think on his end, I can understand if you're
Senator Moreno, Bernie Moreno, said today for his family, this is the 7th ring of hell.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I think.
And says his daughter doesn't have an existential fear, but she has a daily fear of what Max Miller will do.
I can see from Max's end, he thinks if he steps down, this is an admission of guilt. But, I think for his child, for that family, it is probably time to exit the race.
Adam.
Like I said, this is my parents' congressman, and what's interesting...
How's it playing in the district, if you have any idea?
Well, I know this. My dad will vote for him because he's a Republican. My mom will vote against him because she's a Democrat, and that will settle the issue in the family right there. But I think when you talk about the area, these suburban counties in Cleveland area, these are very practical. These are not like more radical suburbs. These are pretty practical, down-the-middle type places, so this type of stuff doesn't play well. And I think what is so interesting beyond just having the congressman is the fact that this is now a popular senator versus a local congressman. That creates a lot of interesting tensions.
And Tricia, it doesn't seem like, though Max Miller represents that he's gotten no real blowback from senior House Republican leadership, there doesn't seem to be a lot of arm linking with him right now. He seems to be kind of on his own.
Well, there's a lot of back and forth in these different news stories. That massive Dropbox this Sunday, he did a live stream on X. I think there's a lot to unpack there, and I think people don't want to jump to conclusions, but the allegations have been really bad. And as well, Stephanie Grisham, of course, the former press secretary.
Who you also know.
Who I also know had similar allegations personally against him. So this is just an ugly situation all around, and I do hope that they can solve it soon.
And it has political implications. It's family and political.
It's bigger than politics at the end of the day.
No doubt. So there is a Democrat in Wisconsin, Francesca Hong, who is likely to win the Democratic nomination for governor. And in 2020, she posted, this has since been deleted, something about Thanksgiving. Bring it up, Control Room, if you'd be so kind. Cancel Thanksgiving. Should have done this in 1621. Well, maybe, maybe not. She was then asked about that, and we have the soundbite. Do we not, Control Room? Here we go. Play it.
I'm a chef, and one of the first meals that I made that was for the community when I was 16 was a Thanksgiving meal. Now, I always think my hospitality background in owning a restaurant for 7-8 years, that bringing folks around the table to share conversation and build community is always a good thing. But Thanksgiving is also a time that's incredibly painful for many people in our communities. And so I think I wanted to make sure that people understood that there are multiple views, but views can evolve.
A lot of CNN on the takeout today. It's okay. They take our stuff all the time. They take all our stuff all the time. I don't want to give Tim Tiffany, the Republican nominee for governor, any talking points, but he would probably describe that as a word salad answer.
Yeah, it's certainly a word salad. There was a lot of words, but none of them were no. I wouldn't cancel Thanksgiving. I would certainly advise.
You know, we spent years in this country politically litigating the fate of Christmas. I guess now we have to go to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this is such low-hanging fruit. I mean, she said she wants to abolish prisons. The only distance she gave from the Democrat Socialist Party, the agenda was that she didn't want to abolish the Senate. She's for open borders. This is a candidate that's going to be tough for Wisconsin to swallow.
Adam, as someone who works with former Senator Manchin, who was a moderate Democrat and now wants an independent orientation to American politics, you have thoughts, I'm sure.
Well, I just hear these issues, and it's like, at the end of the day, I think what we really have to talk about is like, can I afford to buy a home? Can I afford to put gas in my car? These are the issues that are going to settle elections. And so when I hear these
things...
And
from your vantage point, and Senator Manchin's vantage point, the two parties are not addressing them nearly sufficiently, and that's why more people are identifying in America as independents.
I think because Americans take a look, it's a 50-50 country, but not in the way people think it is. It's 50-50 partisan versus 50% who are not partisan. And those people who are not partisan sometimes hear good things from Democrats and good things from Republicans. Maybe we could put these things together and solve a problem.
Adam, Brandon, you get the last word. Tricia McLaughlin, thank you very much. And Adam got the nice Woodford Reserve. Quick reminder, The Takeout is available as a podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and everywhere else. You can find each show there and also our long-form interviews, of which we happily do many.